Hello, my name is Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for stopping by. So today I'm going to be setting up my word of the year planner page, and I think I'm going to have to go with it because I'm going to do the page, but I think I have my word all figured out. So stay tuned. Okay, so I am back today. Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year and a safe New Year. I am back to do my word of the year. So this is going to be, as I said before last week, it's going to be a multi-part series. So in the first part, we did the cover page to my packet. And then also the goals summary, or it's kind of almost like a brain dump of the things I'd like to accomplish, and then I'm going to pull from there. So now I'm coming back to do the word of the year. I've got, of course, some stickers off to the side. I'm going to keep with the same theme, and this will be part 2. Then I'm going to come back again and we're going to do some further pages under part 3. I think that will be it under this goal setting series. I do have some things in the works. I was working on them today that I'm hoping to be able to share next time I come on about this. And I'm going to do this until it gets done. So we're going to dive right in. I have... as you can tell, I'm working off of a new desktop. I'm also working off of a new lighting system, sort of. Basically what I did was over New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, I changed around my office slightly. I should not changed its layout, but I changed my project table. So I added in something, and then that caused me to, change around where everything was. The lighting, the camera holder, that type of thing. So you're also seeing kind of a new background, and hopefully it looks good in person as you're seeing it. It looks kind of decent as I'm looking at it. I will be adjusting things as I go along, so you may see some changes here and there. But enough about that. So let's jump in and pull out the page I plan to use. So I'm going to go to my word of the year. So what I did from my setup video, I had this pocket protector behind this tab. But then after I created the colorful tab, I'm like, I kind of really want to have this showing through. So I went ahead and I took that piece of paper out and I put that in the back, and I wanted to make sure this was showing through so that every time I come to this section, I'm going to see this. So that was the page I did the last time, along with, and I haven't written in it yet. I have my notes to the side, but I haven't written in it, which was this page. So what I want to do on this page now, so this is going to be the back side of the cover, I want to create my word of the year. So as you know, I said this last time, but I had been going back and forth, and I say I think I figured it out because I think I figured it out. I believe this is the way I'm going because, there's so many good words you could possibly use, and I wanted to make sure that I used one that resonated with what I wanted to accomplish. So excuse me briefly while I bring a little bit more light over here. Okay, so basically I wanted to make sure that it resonated with the things I wanted to accomplish. So I'm going to leave this little quote down here. I kind of like it. It doesn't bother me that it's there. And I'm going to see, it's my hope that I can use the same letter blocks that I did before, but I don't know because they're really big. I'd have to have a really short word. Let's see. Yeah, see, these are really large. I don't even know. I mean, going down, you can only get maybe 4. that's not going to work. So I think, because my word is kind of long, so that leaves me now scrambling. Okay. So here's what I'm going to have to do. Okay, those were the letters. Let me just take a peek through my past pages here. Okay. So the other thing I'm going to pull out before I forget is my grid washi. So I thought I was kind of all prepared for this, but I'll admit I'm kind of jumping into it because I was working on something that I had hoped to have done for this video, but alas, that didn't happen. So I'm kind of scrambling. I wanted to get this posted. I didn't post yesterday because I was still working some things in my craft room, but I had hoped I'd be able to use these letters, but because I can't, I now need to regroup and figure it out. So you're kind of with me as I'm doing that. So I am going to get some washi tape down because it needs to, I need to, you know, doll it up a bit. Let's see. Oh, I think I want to go this way. I'm just planning my little washi attack here. So, yeah, it's been kind of interesting between, you know, getting ready for the new year. I don't know what it was. Again, I'll repeat it. I just don't know what was the issue with figuring out a word of the year this year. But it has been definitely a chore. And so that kind of led me into some new paths, which is what I'll be sharing sometime soon, hopefully. So today, again, I had kind of an idea of what I'd be able to do, but clearly that's not going to work, and you know, you just have to adjust with that. But I will go in, I mean, I'm doing the work, but I'm going to go into the year doing the work that I can, knowing what needs to be done, and then I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of fast tracking to get some things more in place that I thought I would have in place by now. So, you know, that more to come on that. Let's see, I want to take this off now. Oh, wrong side. Okay. So knowing that my word of the year is, okay, let me tell you what my word of the year is. I'm already that far into it and I hadn't even mentioned it yet. So I had been tossing back and forth the word intention or intended, intending, however you wish to put it down. But the issue became when I was deciding, you know, how that fit in with what I was doing. Meaning, when we set out to do our word of the year and goals, it's always our intention to achieve those goals. So as I started playing around with that, I'm like, you know, that it kind of just sounds like a duplication. So I didn't really want to do that. So then that left me with, what am I going to do? And in the process, I was, you know, trying to get this new setup done. I was trying to finish some crafts and so on and so forth. You know how it goes. So I kind of jumped into this to get the video done quickly. But my word, I believe my word of the year is going to be, and once I put it on paper, that's going to be it. It's appropriate. It works. I was now going back and forth between achieve and determined. So again, in my view, I intend, which is why I didn't want to use intention, I intend to achieve these goals, so I didn't want to use achieve. So in the end, I've made it determined. So that's going to be my word of the year. I'm kind of leaning on this. Let me see. Let me grab my whiteout. I'm sort of rolling this tape a bit. So I'm trying to cover up my errors. All right. So, you know, going into the year, it's just been busy already. And I like that. But I have some fun things going on for this year. And this thing that I'm working on just came up. Like, it just came to mind. It fit perfectly. And I want to make it work better. I just need to get going on it. So I'm actually going to end up replacing some of that washi. Downfall of using the whiteout is once you put it down, if you pull it up, it pulls up the whiteout. So I am going to replace this. I'm going to hold on to this. I'll keep it off to the side because I want to go all the way down. I'm just trying to grab this washi, which isn't working. So what started out as I was going to make a little change on my project table, turned into a much bigger project. And then that led to, you know, it's that domino effect. One thing led to another. And so I have been, everything it feels like in the space that I'm working in is new. And it presents some challenges at times because I don't expect to have changes. And I was about ready to sit down and do this video, and I realized that I'm actually going to go this way. I realized that my camera and everything wasn't set up correctly because I had taken it all down to do this changeover. So then I had to, you know, shuffle to get that done. I'm just going to grab my washi cutter to use on the end here. I'm just going to take this down, and then I want to do this. Where's the top of the sticker? All right, pretty good. So it just has been one of those things where I've been working the situation as it comes up, but then as I go on, I realize, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that, and it becomes like this big fiasco. So that's what I was doing right before I came on, was I was fixing the camera because I realized everything but the lighting was in its old place, and that didn't work. So I had to go ahead and change it all out. And I'm trying not to. So as you can tell, this is a new desktop. And I liked the wood, but boy, did I beat that thing up. I had marks and ink and everything else on that old desktop. And so that you couldn't see it. I made the mess be on my side so that only I saw it. So I just wanted to change it out and just do something different. You know, whole new year, whole new everything, right? It doesn't have to be new. I'm just changing out. This is not like my actual desktop table. It's just paper. And I just want to do something different and have it look nice and fresh and different. So again, everything was one thing led to another. Long story short. All right, so I need to get my word on here, and I think I want to do something over here. I'm going to come to that later. I'm bouncing around. I apologize. There's a lot I want to do, and I'm just in my head. I'll try and get out of my head. So I'm going to move these over here because I think I'm done with those. What I need to do is I need to get my word in here. Now, I was debating about doing it this way or this way. And I don't know why. I keep wanting to turn it and do it. So I think, okay, here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to pull back out my washi. And I can't, I'm trying to, let's see, which way do I gotta go? I wanted to give a little more coverage on this one side. So let me do this. All I'm doing is folding over the washi so that I can get the same angle on the other side, roughly. Let's see if this worked. Let's see if I did it right. And the reason I'm going this route is I still have some room I need to clear up. So let me grab this. I want to create like this little box. All right, so let me see if I'm going to be able to do this. So I've got to do this way. I don't know that I can do that angle. Let's see. Let me see if I could do it this way. This one, I don't know what this is. This one X-Acto knife is a little sharper. That's why I'm going to use this one. But I'm going to follow the same pattern. I'm basically going to try and corner it. And that's going to tell me, this is going to tell me how high up I need to go. Okay. Oops. And I'm going to try and cut it. And hopefully I don't cut through the paper. Okay. That was pretty painless. Now let's get this one in. Oh. Okay, so this one might be a little harder because I've now changed the angle that I already cut it to. I think you can see at this point what I was trying to do. And I'm probably just going to stick this down lightly and then I'll go through and cut it. Wow, pretty close. The lines aren't perfectly matched, but it's pretty darn close. That never happens. There is a little piece sticking out here though. I think I'll just trim that. It's easier right now just to trim it. Okay. So that one, as I said, it's not exact in the corner. The pattern doesn't exactly match, but I'm good with it. All right. Now I'm going to get in my word of the year. And I think what I'm going to do is first, okay, oops, my washi got all balled up. All right, here's how I'm going to do this. Because as a left-hander, I don't always write straight. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to use this as a guide so that I can see that I go in a straight line. And this washi is so lightweight, it'll pull up easily. Okay, I've got a good block. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to letter in my word, which wasn't my original plan, but it'll work. All right. Now I'm going to pull this, at least the purpose of the washi tape was to just guide me so that I didn't go too far over or under that area. I'm going to do it this way instead. I'm going to do it on this little loop over here. So for this, I'm just going to bring it up a bit. And then I'm going to add in 2024. My gosh, I can't even believe we're saying 2024. So let's see. All over the place, but sometimes that's how the best things come about. I can sit here and I can have, I don't know, that's how I plan. I don't always have a perfect, I moved my desktop, sorry about that. I don't have a perfect system laid out. Sometimes I just wing it, and sometimes when I wing it, it turns out to be the best that it's ever been. So I tend to just roll with that punch. I do worry about taking too long on a video, but when like this is kind of going on, this is kind of the thing I want you to see. I want you to see that planning isn't, this is the plan. Sometimes things come about when you just approach it a little bit more organically. So what I'm going to do, I was going to do this on this page, but it ended up just not coming out to be. I think on this page, I'm going to do something. Hold that thought. All right, so I went and grabbed my stamping supplies. As I said, I was going to do this the last time, and I didn't, but I think on this side I might. Again, organic. I mean, you know that when I use the stickers, I will use boxes all the time, but I think I want to do this a smidge different. So I have these stamps that I had pulled out. I don't know, this one I was determining wasn't going to get used, and this one was probably too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create sort of a disc circle, and then I'm going to put a heart in the middle, and then I'm going to be able to write over it. And I think that will give me like a nice look to this page. I'm going to do them in all black because then I have the option of writing in there any color I want. I don't know what's on that stamp. Hopefully, oh, there it is. I didn't want it to come off on my paper. Then I can do whatever I want with the colors. So let's do this. I don't have a smaller circle though. So all I'm doing is getting some ink around it. This is basically it looks like a disc. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna stamp. There's one. You'll see my vision come to life in a minute. Although I do need to now get this ink out of the middle because that's going to come off on my paper. So that is the one downfall of using stamps. Let me get a little cleaner on here. I just need to make sure that that doesn't come out into the middle of my paper. All right, cleaned it off and then some. Okay, and then let me restamp. I mean, sometimes it's just nice for you to see the process as it plays out, as opposed to I just come on and say here, 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 and it's all done. to me, this gives you a little bit better idea that, you know, not all plans are definite. So I'm just going to kind of go and randomly place these wherever. I mean, I think I would have to say above all, the best advice I can give someone is that not all plans are perfect. Things are bound to change. You know, my word of the year changed. How I decided to do this page has changed. And I bet you in the end, I'm going to like it more. Let me make sure I just get this little bit of ink off the middle there. Although I think I took now some of the ink I need. So let me erase stamp that quickly. I do have a larger one of that, this ink here, but sometimes the larger one can be harder with the smaller stamps to use because the corners, you know, will hit the insides. This one is questionable at times, but so far it's worked, so I'm not knocking it. I need to get one at the top and one more at the bottom, and then I'll go with it. Again, I don't have a definitive plan about this. I am just showing you the process as I am working through it. So I'm just going to keep stamping it down. And I just did it again. It can be hard with the littler stamps. I think I got it. Let me just get a little more ink on it. Let's go up here. Let's see. Let me hold off on any more at the moment. Let me just cap this so that I can clean my stamp. I don't want to overdo it. You know me, I'm like the clean crafter. I like to keep my things clean. Let me see. I'm going to put this back for now. I may pull it out again. I don't know for sure. Then, so that you can see what I'm talking about, I want to, and for that I'm going to get a smaller stamp block. Sometimes these type of creative pages are things that I do over on the Creative Planning Expressions group. You know, I have an hour there, or I usually block an hour. And so it just gives me a little bit more time to go through them, the steps, the process, and, you know, not feel so rushed or anything. Not that I totally feel rushed here, but again, I'm always aware of the time it takes to do things. So I think what I want to do, because this is the closest one I could find, there were some hearts on this one, but they were not separated. So this was the closest one I could find. And all I'm going to do is that. This is a very saturated color. As I go further down the paper, I can't totally see the middle. Hopefully I'm getting it. All right. Just clean my stamp off. Now, as you can see, and I'm going to hold these out so I know which ones I used. All right, so as you can see, they look like little happy planner discs, right? Now, let me take a quick look. If you remember my goal areas, I'm kind of bringing it down to 4 groups, but I'm expanding, I'm kind of like breaking out those groups. So let me just take a quick look. So here my thought process was. So again, this looks like a happy planner disc, and I can add some more decor around it. So, and that will take some time to do it, is to write, I gotta let this dry, but then write around the disc what the, an abbreviated version of what the goal is. So I think to do that, what have I got? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I got way more than that. So let me set that aside. Let me pull back out my circle. I think I want to throw a few more circles in here because I have a feeling I'm going to be using them. So these are just, if you can't see the package, it's just some stamps from Cocoa Daisy. I use them quite a bit for journaling, creative journaling, that type of thing. The size is just perfect. It works out great. So I'm going to add a few more in. And I think what I'm going to do, as I stamp this, I think what I want to do is on these discs, I want to put the goals that are most important. So these are like the goals that I definitely want to make sure I get accomplished. Because I don't have a smaller circle, and I wouldn't want one only because it wouldn't look right. But I definitely think, and I'll probably leave it at this amount because it's pretty full. Yeah. All right, let me leave it at that amount for now. So at least for me, like when I think about my goals and the things I want to accomplish, sometimes I will go through and already start working on things. Like I just dive right in. I don't make qualms about it. I just do it. So that is what I kind of started doing today. And I thought for sure I could finish it for you today, but I couldn't. So that will be forthcoming. And I will also show you, because again, it's going to take some time to write in the circle. I will absolutely show you the end result when I finish it. So for now, I'm going to put all this aside now, just to get it out of the way. And let's see, I've got my word written, I've got the year, I've got my discs. I do want to take a look and see about a few quotes. Now, see, I'm on a roll. Now I see it. Now the vision is coming together, and I see it's going to work for me. I had been holding on to these stickers forever because I love them so much. Do all the things. Look at this. Perfect. All right. I wanted to bring in some gold. This size will work much better. But I gotta make sure I don't smear my ink. Okay. Oh, and I have another fun craft coming up. Planner page. It's a craft with the Miss Maker. Stay tuned for that. That is on the schedule. I took some time the other day to get my catch-all, or as I say, everything, my everything planner set up, because that's the place where I'm going to go to first to find whatever I need to do for the day. And that's going to help put me where I need to be. This is cute. It's sort of a raspberry color, but it's a little washi tape, a polka dot washi. It's cute. I'm just going to kind of throw these around. Okay, so here is some of the ones I was looking for. Here's gray. I'll just try and choose the smaller ones. I just wanted to scatter a few of these around. I'm just getting out a mix of a little of everything. I want this page to be something that is cute and pretty and something I will return to on a regular basis. Let's see, I have this and this. I'm just looking for a few more to sprinkle around. I want this super tiny one to go in here. And actually, I'm going to trim around the edge. Okay, so I just didn't want this one to not show on there correctly. That's cute. And let's see, one other small one, because I realized that these are slightly, you know, they're just another pattern that I'm adding in, but okay. And I'm going to scatter some in here. All right, so I have, oops, let me set that over there. I'm going to put this one up here, this one down here. That's the nice thing about these stickers. I can just trim however I need to, and it'll fit wherever I need it to. Let's see, where am I going here? Either the dots on this page are crooked or my eyes are crooked because I cannot seem to get this to be straight. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna leave it. It's good. Here's what I'm gonna do before I finish anything. Let's see, what do I have, Miss Maker? Let me pull this back out. All right, what I'm gonna do is bring my planner over, because I want to see this in my planner, because I want to make sure that I have all the colors that I want to keep in there to match the other page. So let's bring that over. And let's put this in. Okay. Oop. All right. So now that I look at it, if I can find it, if not, no big deal. But if I can find something that has a little bit more of these other colors, I think it will be finished at that point. So I'm just going to move some things out of the way so that I have space to work. I'll look through the mini first. Let's see. Sometimes you just got to put it right back in the book. Oops. Like, I can see this now. I can see it coming together. So I'm just looking for anything that picks up these colors. Let's see, we don't have dark green. There's this pink ball of yarn. I don't do much with that, but you know what? It's just an icon. I'm going to throw this on down here. I think I'm going to move this one washi. I don't usually move a sticker, but now I'm just trying to balance the colors out. So if I put that one there, I can now just bring this one up here. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it as it is. I think I've put enough on there. Okay. I will most definitely edit because I know that this has gotten up in the time. So what I plan to do is I have my notes for this, and I will fill these in. This is my bit, you know, I labeled them all. I'm going to fill them in, and then what I'm going to pull over to here is the ones that I absolutely, so this is going to be kind of a brain dump summary. This is going to be the things I absolutely want to do. Now, if the things listed here are, you know, more than, they're going to be more than what I can fit over here, but what's going to go here are those things that, again, I absolutely want to get finished in 2024. So that's what I'm going to be putting here. I'm going to put them around the disc, and I won't have to, you know, read the paper like this. I can read it over here, but this is going to be kind of that visual. I've kind of made two things in one. I've made my word of the year, but then I've also made a visual, a vision board of sorts. I just made it with stickers because it is still the year. It is now a new year. We're going to use the stickers, and that's what's going to be coming up next video. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun. And then I'm going to still finish this out. I still have these pages to finish up. So those are coming as well. Stay tuned. It's all coming. I have the plan, and we're going to work it because I am determined. So long video. And that's sometimes what happens when you get creative. You know, when you just go outside of putting some boxes down or, you know, using your mild liners, it can get involved. And, you know, and I will edit out all the moments I had to leave to go grab sticker books. I didn't have a plan for this necessarily, but I love how this came out. This looks exactly how I would want it to look had I had the plan to actually do it that way. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope I've inspired you to do something creative today and every day, and that you create your beautiful life one plan at a time. Thank you for watching.